Beliefs are a powerful foundation for our lives. Hello, I'm Dr. Kent Bradley, Chief Health and Nutrition Officer for Herbalife Nutrition. I'm so honored to have the privilege of speaking to you about beliefs and our products. I've titled our session together as Why I Believe and the Power of Our Beliefs. And I have two objectives. One, at the end of the session, you'll believe with me that we have the highest quality products for nutrition. And number two, you would know how to communicate so that others will believe that too. So let's begin. We're not born with beliefs. They get formed. Beliefs are our shortcut to actions. Before an action, there's often a preceding belief. Let me say that again. Before an action, there's often a preceding belief. A baby is not born to believe that the stove is hot and can burn, to believe that the sun will rise at the start of each day. A child bases these beliefs on what they are told by someone that is trusted. As the child gets older, he or she learns from their own experience to believe that they can do math or they can ride a bike. They begin to build their own confidence through their beliefs. However, there are beliefs that are not true, and unfortunately, these beliefs also become a part of life. Let's say I did poorly in one of my math classes. I could go on to believe that I'm just horrible with numbers. Our beliefs act as a mechanism for us to know how to act. Think of the animal world. The deer scans the horizon for threats. It sees a human and runs away. It believes the human to be a threat. But thank goodness, beliefs can change. I've been in petting zoos, for example, where the deer now comes right up to me. It has learned that humans are safe, and then they feed you. They believe that humans bring food, not fear. You see, beliefs are so important because our beliefs are like the steering wheel of our life. Our beliefs direct us. Our actions are steered by our beliefs. The problem is we often do not challenge our beliefs once they are formed. We allow them to be formed, sometimes without sufficient evidence as well. So some of our beliefs may steer us to a life that limits us. Take the example I mentioned earlier. Let's say I did poorly in one of my math classes. What if I were to believe that I was horrible with numbers? Well, maybe I would never have gone on to do better at school, take the harder classes like calculus or engineering that allowed me to get to where I am today. And there are also beliefs that change over time. Let me give you an example with doctors. They once believed that leeches and bloodletting would get the evil spirits out of us. We now know, I hope, that is not the case. You see, what we believe is important, and those beliefs can change. A person you speak with may have a belief about Herbalife that can change because of you. So now that we have the foundational importance of beliefs, what do I believe about the quality of our products? Jim Rohn reminded us that the answers are not what we should begin with. We begin with the reason. If we understand the reason, the answers will follow. What is my reason for believing in the products? If a person comes to you and asks, "Tell me why I should take a shake," perhaps we should ask them, "Why would you want to take a shake? What are you after in your life?" If they are unsure of our products, ask them the reason why, rather than simply listing a bunch of answers to what we assume to be the real issue. First, find out the reasons. It may not have to do with quality at all. But if it is a concern about quality, have no fear, because I have the reasons why you should believe. And when I think about reasons to believe, I think about three sources that impact my belief: people I trust, research that I conduct, and my own experience. Who I trust will likely depend on the subject. If I have a new headache, I'll trust the doctor. If I want to know how to fix my sink, I'll go to a plumber. I don't think my doctor would be such a good person to talk about my plumbing. Who you go to often is based on what question you have. Are they a reliable source, a credible source? So on the area of product quality and the science, who would you believe? Someone who has never actually seen how our products are made? Who's simply scanning the internet for what other people may have said? Who also have never seen our products and how they are made? and then simply believing them? Or would you believe someone who has a PhD in science or a doctor who focuses on nutrition and health? Who would you believe? Well, I would believe the individuals who have the knowledge and training to know something about the topic. So I believe because of the people in the company who've created one of the most sophisticated manufacturing processes in the world. I believe because of the quality of the scientists who've decided to join Herbalife Nutrition, even though they had choices to support many different companies. Let me introduce you to just a few of them. There's Dr. David Heber. He has an MD and a PhD, and he's the chairman of our Herbalife Nutrition Institute. He's a graduate of Harvard Medical School, went on to create the first division of clinical nutrition at the University of California, Los Angeles, and he's now the professor emeritus at both UCLA and USC. In fact, he was cited in 2014 as one of the world's most influential scientific minds, and I get to work with him. Then there's Lou Ignarro. He has a PhD, and he was awarded the top global honor for notable achievements by receiving the prestigious Nobel Prize for Medicine because of his work on the many beneficial effects of nitric oxide. Part of his work included the recognition of the important role of amino acid precursors like arginine and L-citrulline and how they work with nitric oxide. Many of you have met as well Dr. Luigi Catton, Dr. Rocio Medina, Dr. Dana Ryan, Dr. Gary Smalls, of course the amazing dietitian Susan Bowerman, and our sports fitness expert Samantha Clayton. This team, and many more, is why I believe. I know them, and each of them has a resume, a professional history that's simply amazing, and they believe in the quality of our products. They believe in this company. As you know, we have a global group of independent physicians, dietitians, and researchers on our various advisory boards. They have full-time jobs, and yet they also want to support what you are doing. Clearly, they believe in the quality of our products and the quality of our company. These pictures show you the many advisors that we have. But there is more. What about the scientists actually working in the laboratories, doing the research? These are folks you may have never heard about, but they're equally impressive. I will mention only one of the very many that we have because we will fall short on time. Let me introduce you to Dr. Kan He. He's an international expert on green tea extract, and he has authored or co-authored over 70 publications, and he holds 11 patents. When it comes to extractions, we have the experts. Why is this important? You see, we need to be able to successfully extract the good nutrients from the green tea leaves. This is a complicated process. We must first take the leaves, a solid, get the essence of the nutrients into a liquid, and then convert that essence back into a solid, all through a process that uses water. That's right, we use a water extraction process. Yes, this may be more expensive, but it is a cleaner process than what other companies might do. They may be using ethanol or other solvents. So we have built a state-of-the-art manufacturing system in Changsha, China, that includes a 3-story chamber with a fan that spins at 3,000 revolutions per second to vaporize the goodness from those leaves. There are other steps that we take for the highest quality. Take, for example, our fish oil. Did you know that we go through an additional process of filtering all of our oil through layers of a charcoal substance that provides activated carbon that binds any potential contaminants like PCBs and heavy metals? You need to know what you're doing to remove all contaminants while maintaining the quality of the omega-3 nutrients. We take this important step to ensure the highest quality. And we have a team of scientists, over 300, who conduct tests through every part of this process to ensure that in the end, the product contains only what it's supposed to contain in the amount it is supposed to have. That is called potency. And we make sure there is nothing in the product that is not supposed to be in the product. That is called contaminants. It takes people to do this who have the knowledge and skills to make this happen. Those are the people I believe. But we also believe based on our own research. So I researched how prevalent contaminated products are in the marketplace. You see, what you take for granted is something the average consumer of products off the shelf should not take for granted. There is a global concern about quality. In fact, the World Health Organization estimates that 1 out of 10 individuals will actually get sick from contamination of their food. Then there is the concern with loss, ingredients that lose their potency, or even the presence of the key ingredient that becomes removed through the complicated process of manufacturing. And why does this happen? Because the process of quality is hard. There are so many steps, so many ways in which shortcuts can be taken, so many ways that mistakes can happen. So let me tell you about our 1-2 punch, the knockout power of our process that I researched. It's called seed to feed, coupled with our cellular science, which gives us the 1-2 punch. It starts with our seed to feed philosophy. In other words, the ingredients begin with the seeds you plant. We have control of about 70% of our products through our control from the point of the seeds and the farms. Let's watch this short film to get an understanding of this program. Wow, powerful video. Then there's the fact that we have the expensive testing equipment and the scientists who know how to analyze at every step of this process, down to even the DNA of the product ingredients. It is estimated that there are about 200 different analyses that are part of the journey from the seed to the Formula One product that you consume. Think about that. So quality is expensive to perform, so don't take it for granted. What good is something if it's not true? If you put gasoline that had corrosives or water in your car engine, it will eventually sputter. If you build a building but take shortcuts in the timber and the bolts, that building may not stand the test of time. So my research told me to not take quality for granted. My research also told me that there are minimum standards that any company committed to quality should follow. They're called Good Manufacturing Process and, in some cases, ISO certifications. For sports products, there is a National Sanitation Foundation or NSF certification that is required for professional athletes. We, of course, have all of these and more. So, sources of belief include credible people, the kind of people who should know something about the topic, your own research of the issue or process, and finally, your own experience. My mom, who's a credible source, would tell me not to touch the stove. I could have just touched it and I would find out the hard way that she was telling the truth. So on a positive, a friend can tell me that the best surfing beach in Australia is Noosa on the Sunshine Coast, or I can go there and find out for myself. In the end, when we take our products and we take them consistently as part of our overall healthy, active lifestyle, you get your own proof. Your results speak for why you should believe. I must emphasize this point. Another critical source of belief is you. Your experience and your living results become a living testimony. Why is this so important? Because not everyone cares about the scientists, nor do they have time to do their own research. Their main credible source to believe is you and their own results. And speaking of results, here are some of the wonderful products that are packed with nutrients and follow our global nutrition philosophy. A philosophy is the foundation for how we understand something. Philosophy of nutrition is how we at Herbalife Nutrition approach the important topic of what our body needs. We have a growing list of products, but you'll notice there's a heavy emphasis on having sufficient quality protein in your diet. What is quality protein? Well, protein that is complete, that has the right amount of the essential amino acids, which are the building blocks that make up protein. It means it has a PDCAAS or PDCAS of 1. Let me give you a few examples. Protein, when consumed, breaks down into various amino acids, which are used by all cells of the body. Those cells need to be working properly as they are the building blocks of the various organs that make up our systems. For example, the immune system, the respiratory, or the cardiovascular, and on and on. So in all of our products with protein, you need to know that the protein has a PDCAS or protein digestibility corrected for amino acid score of 1, which means it is complete in all the 9 essential amino acids that are essential. So, why did I believe? You'd have thought I was impressed and made my decision based on our scientists and the research into our own manufacturing process. You want to know the answer? I did not really find out about those two until after I joined Herbalife. Afterwards, because I joined because of you. I went to a nutrition club and I spoke to several individuals in the Herbalife Nutrition business. I saw how this company and the products were impacting their lives. They were full of energy and full of life and happiness. I thought, wow, there is something different and magical happening here. As a public health physician, I recognize the power of you and our products to impact your community. So I first believed because of you. You were my source of truth. Here I am, a physician who is well educated, and I didn't need at my early stages to have you as a distributor give me a list of statistics and facts. It's great if you have them. What I believed in was you. If you believed, and I saw you living out a healthy life, then I had my reason to believe. I hope you don't take for granted the importance of quality. The quality of our products, the quality of the experience, the quality of what you provide each and every day to a world that needs you.